now joined in the studio by Ayan De First, one of the best-known talking drummers in Europe, who's here to talk about his unique style of music and his career to date as the lead drummer for the Oduduwa talking drummers. I said one of the lead drummers in Europe. I think it's probably the world. We're being a bit underselling you there. First of all, just explain to me, what is the talking drum for those who don't know?
Talking drum is a very unique musical instrument. It's actually made of wood being cut down into a particular size, and then with hollow inside. And then, well, it's very surprising when the Western world came up with recycling, because recycling has been going on thousand years back in Africa. Now, the talking drum, when a wood is being cut down to a particular size and carved, you have to carve it and make hollow inside from one side to the other. And then, when everybody in this world will surely die one day, when the animals dies, so instead of allow that animal to get rotten away, you just remove the skins, then process it and use it, as the strings for your drum, on the faces and at the side, and this is what.
So every part of the animal is used. So it's a drum, but it's also a string instrument, then, is it?
That's what I'm saying. This strings is actually made of goat skins and other animals. This is made of an antelope skin, because when the animal dies, you don't just allow the animal and the body to just get rotten away. You make use of the skins, to make your drum.
And why is it called the talking drum?
Because it does talk.
Right.
You can possibly use it for many things. You can use it to call names, to praise people, to welcome people, at the same time to abuse people. But that won't happen today. No,
well, let's hear you. I'm hoping you know, as you say, no abuse happening, but let's hear you playing it now.
Vanessa.
Oh, really? Wow, okay. And so how would you say your name?
Ayan. Or Ayan De First. Ayan De First.
And what's it replicating? The sounds that people make when they speak, or is it a sort of Morse code equivalent?
Well, actually, talking drum mimics the language, and it interprets human voices. So, and you can possibly use it to speak any language.
Right.
In the world, you can possibly use it to say many things, depending on how professional you are. So, the talking drum, after it's been made, when it's ready to be played, so basically it's being played the same way you play your guitar, because you cannot put your guitar on your neck like that and just keep, do it like that, pom, pom, pom. It won't make sense until you actually use your other hand and just say, pom, 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 you understand? So the same thing, happens here. If you just, take your drumstick and you just keep on banging it. It won't make any sense until you actually use your, the other hand to squeeze the strings that tunes it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And historically, of course, this has played a very important role in communicating for the Yoruba people.
I do tell people, in the olden days, back in the days, there wasn't any means of media. And what the king and the queens used to do when they had messages for their people is to call the talking drummers and the town criers to go to the town center. So while they're there, so people will come around them. It's like you just walking past and you see anybody play music. You're like, oh, what's going on here?
So it was the Arise News of its day.
That's BBC of the time, Arise TV of the time.
Perfect, yeah. Now, how did you come to it? Because do you come from a line of drummers?
That's right.
And what happens then? As a child, do you learn it and learn the trade?
Yeah, but this has been originated from my great-grandfather.
Okay.
It was passed on to my granddad, and it was passed on to my dad, and from my dad to myself, and I'm trying to pass it on because I do teach people, and I have sons who have already started playing it as well. So it's like a family profession.
And you've had a very high-profile audience, including the Queen and Prince Charles. I think we can see a little clip now of you with Prince Charles.
That's right, that's right. Where the point here is...
we'll see him now. There we are, there you are. Oh, is he even having a little go at dancing?
That's right, that's right.
So this is your group here, the Oduduwa Drummers, is it?
No, no, I was invited to perform for His Royal Highness Prince Charles at St. James's Palace.
Right.
Yeah, but what I thought was, what can I do for the Prince? Because he's such a wonderful person. What can I do for him that he has never had the opportunity to do in his life? He's got everything.
Yes.
When we come to mention it. But I realized that His Royal Highness has never got a chance to play my drum.
Yeah.
And I gave him the opportunity, and he was cracking joke with me on that day. You need to give me some lessons. You need to give me some lessons.
Did he need a few lessons? Yeah.
Well, I just told him what to play. Prince, you need to just play the drum, and he did.
Right.
As you can see. And the following year, that was in 2011, but the following year, 2012, when the riot in London. So when that happened, so His Royal Highness Prince Charles actually had a foundation in Croydon, because it all started in Croydon. And when it was a year after, so he went there. Then I was invited again to come and perform for him and the Duchess of Cornwall.
Right.
And they loved it.
I'm sure they did. What's not to love? Now, it was first heard outside Africa only in the 1960s, wasn't it? Relatively recently. And I hear that there was quite a lot of superstition about taking it out of Africa. Tell me about that.
Well, before, I will link everything with my drum. Before, due to lack of opportunity, or maybe financial constraints, whatever, there was a superstition that you can't play the talking drum outside Yoruba land. Yeah, but that it's not really true, but because of lack of opportunity. But as time goes on, in the early 60s, talking drum was brought to the Western world.
Right.
And since then, but I personally believe that this wonderful musical instrument is very, very unique, and it has to be recognized.
And you're taking it into schools, aren't you? What's the reception when you go into schools from children? Oh,
Fantastic, awesome. Because I've worked with over 500 community and private schools within the UK, and the responses or the feedback has been overwhelming, because I had so many reference letters and evaluation forms that attest to the need of my services. So. And
sort of English children wanting to learn it now?
Of course,
Can they learn it? Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I've done a lot of projects. So I even deliver projects for the boroughs. So they will invite me to, show people African arts and culture, and that's,
Now, where can people hear you if they want to hear you play it?
Okay.
Where can they hear you play it? Because you're playing tonight, aren't you?
Where?
Yes.
Oh, where? You can see me anywhere. But tonight,
yes,
I'm inviting people to please join me at my event, because I've decided to make things happen by myself instead of people inviting me.
Where's your event?
It's Holiday in Regents Park.
Lovely. Okay, well, we're going to have to leave it there. Ayan De First, thank you for coming in, but perhaps you can just play on the drum. You're watching Arise News. Plenty more to come. Do stay with us.